Hi, my name is Sofie from Fia Design, and this is the third video in our lettering series with Personal Planner. In this third video, we're gonna look at script lettering, and script lettering with a calligraphy effect. We're gonna do cursive, we're gonna do capital letters, and we're gonna do a special little extra at the end. Okay, script. Script is when you try to connect the letters to each other in a word. So if I would write script, start with the S and directly go over to C, R, I, P. Here we'll stop and start anew when writing C. So not every letter has to connect. Alright. Now we're gonna create the calligraphy effect. And I will do that by going over my word one more time, over my line, and every time I push my pen upwards, or an upstroke, the line should be thin, and every time I do a downstroke, the line should be thick. So I draw a new line, in this case on the left side of the original line. Alright, I'll continue. I'll take this slow because you don't need to rush this. This needs to be slow. Alright, up, thin, and down, thick. Up, thin, down, thick. Down, and as you can see, I always draw the new line on the left side. And that's because I have something to start with. And if it doesn't look good, I'll erase it and draw it on the other side. But this is what I start with. Okay, up. Now I come to an end here, so I make a little help line to the left. So I can go parallel down stroke all the way down to the bend. Up thin, P thick, up thin, down thick. And there I make myself a help in the beginning, like that. So there's a rule that I can follow or lean onto. So when you have an upstroke, when you go up to the right, or if you go vertically, the line should be thin, and if you do downstroke or down to the right, the line should be thicker, like that. So for instance, this T-bar, I go up thin, and when I go downhill here, it will be a bit thicker and thin on the up. Then I get more dynamic stroke to it. Alright. So this is an easy way to put detail to a quite simple script, and it makes the calligraphy effect look really nice. I'm gonna draw a few more words. If I draw fancy writing, fancy and fun writing. So start. You can either leave these hollow or you can fill them in with color. They're good looking both ways, but depending on where you want to use them. Alright, now I've done lowercase letters in script. You can also do capital letters in script. So for instance, then I go down here and up. That means that that this will be thicker. Sometimes I go on the left side, but sometimes I see that it's better to go on the right side. So it depends on where you find it better to go. Alright, but up thin and down thick. Like that. So I don't draw on the line on the upstrokes, I barely touch the paper. But on the downstroke I make a second line like that. Then I'll go on the right side here just to make the D a bit bigger. Like that. Alright. I said I would do something special in this video, and that is how to block script lettering. So if I have, for instance, let's say hi. So if I try to do as I did in the block letter video and trace around the skeleton, it gets a bit tricky with all the crossroads and everything. You can do it, but it's a bit tricky to see where's the skeleton and which is the block. So instead of doing that, I've started doing this. Like that. And I call this the telephone cord effect. So you're gonna loop your way over your skeleton line. Like that. Down. And I'll try to make the loops as big or as same size as I can, all the way from start to finish, like that. And now I can trace around the edges of the cord. This curly cord, like the old school telephones had. Like that. This is a whole lot easier to get an evenly thick stroke all the way around. Like that. There we go. Very nice. Now you can create your own script letters with calligraphy effect. Or you can also call this brush lettering in a way, because there are tools that create this effect just by one stroke, so to say. So this is a bit smaller brush pen, and this will create on the upstroke. I have a light pressure, and when I do my downstroke, I press down the tip so it creates a wider stroke, like that. If I continue like that. So that's a smaller brush pen, and then we have a brush pen with a brush with these kind of bristles. So if I would write fancy, and this with this pen, I'll get a thicker effect. But the same method, that when I go up, I have a lighter pressure, or I release the pressure so it gets thin, and when I do a downstroke, I press down to get a thicker stroke. Up, down, press, up, thin, down. And as you can see, you cannot rush this. Just let it take time. These are so much fun. But you can do it just with a pencil as well. Okay, have fun with experimenting with your letters and try to make them fancy and fun. And we'll see you in the next video.